Hey everyone, you're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and here's today's comic, Female Furies. Oh boy. I'm late on this one, but I was able to get a digital copy to read this, and you probably have already seen reviews on this. I'm late to the party, I know, but that's the way that it has to go. Unfortunately, sometimes I had a chance to read this. I was like, I gotta do this. And it's just as bad, if not worse, than everything I've seen. Oh my gosh. This was terrible on the cover. I mean, not that the art is bad. This is Mitch Gerads' art. It's just okay. But I mean, just looking at the cover, what this is, Female Furies. It just oozes misandry and feminist man-hating, like just right from the cover you're like, oh, that's what this is going to be. And I suppose that's doing this job because that's their target audience. Let's take a look at this book. Oh, hey, speaking of Mitch Gerads, let's advertise his book. Okay, so we start off with the Female Furies, and yeah. The Furies are the most elite fighting force on Apocalypse. We do things that most on our planet would cower from. We get the job done when others cannot. Given the chance, we can have real skin in this war against New Genesis. There are no warriors alive on this world or the next who are our equal. Of course. And anything you can do, I can do, bleeding. Well, of course. Of course, it's a play on the I can do better. Of course. No matter what anyone ever tells you. Years ago, I remember that glorious night the dark side came to power. Here's Granny Goodness. Dark side wants to kill his mother. Keep this in mind. And I want to give one credit to this book. This book has one credit I thought was really cool. I've never seen done before. So this is years ago. And I was reading this and I was like, what's up with the 80s coloring? Like, this is how comic books look like in the 80s with all the monocolor, no shading, right? I'm like, this is something I expect when I read an old back issue. But this previous page wasn't like that. I mean, this isn't great coloring, but it's got the shading. It's more modern. Oh, I see what they're doing. That's really cool. You're reading it like it actually was from an old comic. Even the art just looks like an old school comic. That was pretty cool. Credit where credit's due. So keep in mind, they are going to kill Darkseid's mother. Granny Goodness is going to kill this old lady who's also the queen. So they go, and they're not killing her fast enough. This guy's like, your method will take too long here, and he throws her some poison. And she holds her mouth open, and poisons her. Darkseid shows up. Is she dead? Yes, I killed her. Good work. So he takes the credit, little worm tongue guy. Granny Goodness is sitting there like, oh. Then fast forward to today. I train the female Furies harder than the boys because I demand perfection. Show me your best now. Pair up and fight. And then dun 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 montage dun 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 dun. No. All right. The war room of Apocalypse. You're late. I was misinformed of the time. She's always late. She's always had an excuse too. So she's like trying to talk up her female Furies and how badass they are and stuff like this. And we won't have the Furies poison our ranks with your lesser standards. Of course, the men just don't accept them at all because they're women. Every man in this book is a misogynist. Every single one. I'm not kidding. Every single one. So she's like, I demand we have some demonstrations, blah, 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 blah. And Darkseid's like, very well. And then years ago, back to the old school 80s style, it just totally works. My loyal right hands, we have all we need for eternal victory. We are poised to rule apocalypse and bring our planet to glory. Goodness, stay here and clean up. We will talk of your future when I return. As you command, Darkseid, towards my glorious future. And he's just like, unbelievable, special treatment again. Then later that night, battle makes me hungry for what food cannot fill. Come here, goodness. I don't understand. You will have power in my new reign, but you must give yourself to me completely. No. Do as I say and rise higher than anyone else. Refuse and find yourself back on the lowest of the low. I will obey. Get it? It's sexual harassment on Apocalypse. Ridiculous. And then she wakes up and of course he's gone. She's like, Darkseid? Shit. You know, he walked out on her. The lowest of the low. And at this point, you're reading the book and you're just like, wait a second. This is Apocalypse. Every single son of a bitch on this planet, including her, are a bunch of evil fucks. They are all evil. They murder people. They enslave people. They rape people. But the bad thing is, the real crime that the book is trying to make out to you, the reader, we can overlook all that. But misogyny, that's the patriarchy. Am I right? Am I right? God, it is so hypocritical and stupid that the writer and the editing team is using this as a mouthpiece for their political agenda to speak out against, this is a complete allegory towards modern, human society. There exists a misogyny. It's not nearly in the numbers that SJWs would try to make you believe that it is. There exists sexual harassment on both sides, of course, but women are the only ones that ever get any, treated with any sort of, what do you say, like, not respect, but credibility. If a man claims sexual harassment, he just gets laughed at. So these people, she's upset. She is the mouthpiece essentially for the reader. This is all like from Granny Goodness's perspective, and this is her journey. And we're supposed to empathize with her. But she is a bad, bad person. And she's training these female Furies, should be furries, these female Furies to go and kill and slave and do all these evil acts. That's okay. But God, if you act sexist towards a woman, you are below evil. It's just laughable that you're using this as a mouthpiece to push your sexist propaganda. This is what SJWs do. They turn villains into heroes all the time. They don't actually like real heroes. They like bad people because this is what they see in the mirror. But they're the bad people looking at other people as being even worse, because it's not about rising above. It's about bringing people down even below you. It's okay if you're a murderous son of a bitch and you rape people. I'm not a sexist. At least I'm not a sexist murderer and rapist. It's like, at least I'm not a part of the patriarchy. Am I right? It's just like, that's not how that works. So this whole thing is she demands to get, not an inspection, but kind of like an inspection for a demonstration to show off how badass her Furies are. And Darkseid is going to have an inspection, and they're like, we won't do it. It's ridiculous. It's a minor setback, a law left on the books from an unevolved time. Do the male troops suffer such inspections? We all know the answer is no, they don't. It's just these women just, oh God, the men are mistreating us. First of all, I thought these were the most badass people on the planet. Why are they sitting there being like, the men are mistreating us? They're a bunch of... Because men don't sit around crying like this. So you want to tell me a story about how the women are actually more badass. First of all, in the real world, men go off to die for oil. We go off to die for the war, industrial war. What is it called? I can't even remember the name. The industrial war complex. Forget what it's called. I'm drawing a blank here. This is and they don't sit there in the rooms and complain. Men get drafted, women don't get drafted. They don't sit around and complain. But women sit there and complain, and well, we're equals. No, you're not. You're different. You're different. You are equals in the sense that you have the same basic human rights as a creature and a being, but you're different. You have strengths in femininity that men do not have. Men have strengths in masculinity that women do not have. Biologically, we're different. We think differently. We emote differently. There's just things. It's like we're symbiotic. We need each other. Men need women because there are things that men can't handle very well. That having a woman by your side makes all the difference, and vice versa. But this modern society, this modern idea that men just are all bad and we don't need no man and all this stuff. It's just poison. Oh, and then here we go. So we're gonna get the inspection. It's like, okay, we're ready to go. And here he comes in, smelling. Orly, you smell wonderful. Remove your hand or lose it, Willick. Oh, and then the most cringy page of comics I think I've ever seen in my life. Bake Off! Oh, look at the female Furies they're cooking. So stupid. And then the judges, fail. I can hardly call this edible. Evening gowns. What the hell is this? Am I dead or delirious? Useless piece of clothing. I can't fight in this. Smile contest. Get it? Smile contest. Oh, just in time for the Captain Marvel nonsense. I'm going to have to kill someone. I'll take the 3 on the left. You take the 3 on the... Oh, it's just so try hard. Where's your smile, goodness? More teeth. It's a smile contest after all. Egads. Those are less smiles, more grimaces. This is ridiculous. That has nothing to do with our capabilities. And so she's now appealing to Darkseid again. The time has come for the Furies to have equal standing. La la. And he's like, fail. Ha ha. Better luck next year. La la la. And she's just like, Furies, back to the training room. Like, so they go back and do more training. And it's like, look, if you're so badass, why don't you just kill these guys, kill this son of a bitch, and you're now in charge. That's what you would do. You are that badass. You are evil. You are not the heroes. Just kill these sons of bitches and get on with it. Nope. You just subject yourself. You submitted. You submitted to these men and then bitched that you submitted to men and you were dominated. Okay. So this guy shows up. Oh, they work so hard. La 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 la. Send her to me and I will give her special training. And to which Granny Goodness, she's like, look at her rubbing her hands. Oh, okay. Now, while these women are such badasses and she's supposed to be so awesome or whatever, I've never seen such naivete in my life. You immediately know he's just going to have his way with her. Like, he's not interested in actually training her. And so she's like, what's that all about? I'm not going to do it. La, la, la. You will. I'm her boss. Blah, blah. Oh, okay. You wanted to see me? Oh, you're here. Oh, look. Oh, let me fondle your butt. Oh, I'm going to fondle your breast. Oh, of course you knew what was coming on. That was lovely. You are lovely. I think I've learned what I need. Most of this is basic. I decline further instruction. You'll come again or I'll have you demoted. Of course, more sexual harassment. This is the most evil thing in the world. It's so stupid. Barda, what's this delay on her mission? Orly's still not done with Willick. So she gets him, and finally she's walking out, and she says, finally, they're most of the nice, naive people on the planet. You have no idea what's going on, and yet you're this evil, oppressive race of beings. But you have no idea. It's just so innocent and naive. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then the next panel, boom! Oh, I guess they're rescuing this girl. There's no sense of transition. It's just terrible. So they're rescuing this little girl. And now all of a sudden they're all heart. These evil people. We gotta save this girl. You're not heroes. You're evil. And then this guy shows up. Someone's coming. Rublon, Steppenwolf's bastard. Typical, they send 2 women to do one man's job. I'll take over now. Willick's orders. We have this under control. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, men. Stupid man. And of course, he's a total pervert because he's a man. He's a sicko. And all men, all they want to do is rape women all the time. And that's just how men are, right? And these women are the heroes of Apocalypse. They're the real actual heroes of the galaxy. Even though they rape and murder and kill people and stuff, they're not the patriarch. It's only because of the patriarchy. Protecting women is still important. It's so stupid. So she's like, no! And then the girl gets away, and then she slashes his throat, kills this guy, Steppenwolf, and Bart is like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, what have you done? You just killed Steppenwolf's bastard. It doesn't matter who he was. He was going to do the girl harm. Bitch, how many people have you fucking harmed? Bart is the only one that acts. Bart is the only one who's actually good of these people. We know, right? She actually leaves Apocalypse and flees. But even Bart is understands, so what? She's a runaway. She deserved to be punished. I'm not siding with that sort of attitude. We, as the reader, aren't supposed to side with that. But these are bad people. They don't care. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. But for some reason, Orly's the hero here. So they agree to take the body and put it on a comet and bury it in the ice. And when the comet goes into the sun or something, no one will find the body. And it's going to have their secrets between sisters. This is this terrible freaking comic. Yeah. So I just had a chance to read this. I was like, I can't miss the opportunity to cover this. In case you haven't seen other channels do it or talk about it, or I don't know, this is so terrible. This is cringe-tastic. This is the most obscene SJW bullshit in comics I've maybe ever seen. It's so bad. Now, the only thing I give it a pass for is, it's hard to, because they did actually take existing characters and change them a little bit. They aren't big time characters, and this is what Comicsgate has a problem. If these were all original characters and you wanted to tell the story, I'd be like, okay, it's stupid, but whatever. But these characters are not the characters that we know and love, and you're using them to tell your stupid, sexist, social agenda. The woman who wrote this is sexist. She's obviously got man-hating issues. DC should not be publishing this bullshit. Shame on them. So, thanks for watching. You got to see this book for yourself now, if you hadn't already. Leave your comments below, and I will catch you next time.